Hello, everybody. I am Rebecca from Slot Therapy. And Slot Therapy, if you haven't watched the introduction, is a book I'm currently writing with regards to my experiences and with slot play. I started playing slots as a means of focus fun. June of last year, so I'm a newbie, but I have had some really interesting experiences thus far, and it's part of the book. And so today I'm going to discuss feeling safe. So last Wednesday, I did go to Pala to gamble. Now, I live in a small community, mountain community up in Idlewild, California, which is a mountain, and surrounding me are 22 Indian casinos. So I have my choice of quite a few different casinos to choose from. And Wednesday, I decided I was going to go to Pala because I had a feeling I needed to go to Pala. And so I arrived to Pala, and parking, it's only the second time I've been to that particular casino, and I find the parking a little bit on the confusing side in trying to get up into their parking structure onto the second floor. Once I get onto the second floor and get out from the first floor, parking is relatively easy, and then it's easy to get into the structure. I arrived and I was a little hungry, so I did go and have some lunch and thoroughly enjoyed their Parmesan garlic French fries. They had a Reuben sandwich as well with the French fries, and that was good as well. It wasn't the best that I've ever had, but you know, casino food can be hit or miss. And then I walked the floor. One of the issues with Pala, and I probably won't go back, is it is a smoking casino. Now they do have a non-smoking area, but it's like glass walls that don't go all the way up to the ceiling, and they've segregated that as non-smoking. Well, there's nothing preventing the smoke from going over those windows, and so they should just have a 100% smoking casino or 100% non-smoking casino, because having the non-smoking with the smoking doesn't really work. And it's taken me a few days to actually do a video with regards to the experience, because my lungs were really super congested and I was coughing quite a bit. And so I always walk the floor. Even when I've been to a casino before, I walk the floor. It calms me. I get to see where the casino has moved, various different machines, and I get to get a feel of the machines that I want to play. Gambling is an investment. So you're taking your money, putting it into a machine, playing with the hopes that you may be able to cash out with a little bit more, or substantially more than what you put into the machine. 80% of the time you're going to lose. So there's only like a 20% chance that you are actually going to win something big or win something more. Now, it's luck. And so it's, you may go into a casino and every single machine you hit, you max it out and double your money or triple your money and just do an absolutely fabulous job. And then there's days that you go in and you play the same machine and it just eats. I call that depositing money or withdrawing money. It just makes it sound a little bit better. And honestly, it just makes me feel better. I've heard others inside the community, the gambling community, use those same words, that you had a withdrawal from the casino or you made a deposit to the casino. It sounds better than losing and winning. And so I did walk the floor at Paula. I chose a machine that I wanted to invest my $20 bill. I was only risking at that time $60. And so I'm sorry, there's a squirrel. I keep looking this way because, and I can't show you because, but there's a squirrel at my window. As I said, I live in a mountain community, and I have squirrels, and I have mountain lions, and there's bears and deer, and there's coyotes and bobcats, and my house literally sits, there's a stream in the back of my house, and I have a lot of critters that attract me. I don't need pets because I have wild critters that keep me entertained quite sufficiently. Anyways, I did a walk around Paula, and I found a machine that I wanted to invest my money in. It was a 3-wheel machine. I put $20 in, and I only filmed the bonuses, mainly because I don't have permission to film at Paula or Pechanga or Agua Caliente, which are the casinos I really enjoy visiting. So I only filmed the bonuses, and I will, at the end of this video, show you those bonuses, the 2 that I actually filmed. A man immediately came and leaned against the machine as I was playing the machine and started chatting with me. And I was polite. I told him I just wanted to play. I thanked him very much for his compliments. The machine stopped doing what it was doing. I did a few backup spins, cashed out my ticket, put it in my purse, and was looking for another machine to play. And the dude continued to follow me. He made me feel very uncomfortable. I just couldn't shake him. I lied and told him my husband was floating around someplace. He said, good, he'll keep me company. I said, no, please do not. I really just want to gamble by myself. There was not enough. I couldn't find security. I excused myself, went to the bathroom, sat in the bathroom for about half an hour, 45 minutes, playing on a game. And when I came out, there was the dude waiting for me. I felt like I was being stalked, and it was truly uncomfortable. And so I found another game, put my money into the game, had a bonus, and filmed the bonus. And once again, the guy that was harassing me found me again on the floor, and continued with his banter of trying to get my attention. And at that point I became a little sharp, because I had told him quite a few times that I'm not interested. My husband is floating around someplace. I'm not interested. Please leave me alone. Please back off. I tried to flag down security, but security wasn't there. I've never had that issue at Pechanga. I've had that issue a few times at Spotlight 29 when I went there by myself. I've never had that problem with Agua Caliente. I've had that problem. I've had strange people come and talk to me at Morongo. At Morongo, on a few occasions, I've had fellow players come and tell me a sob story, how they've lost all their money, and, can I give them $100? And I have said no. And so one of the chapters that I'm going to cover inside the book is that you must feel safe. If you don't feel safe at the casino, that that casino is not meant for you. And so I didn't feel safe at Pala. And so I will most likely, it's like an 80% definite, probably will never go back to Pala. Pala is an hour and a half away from me, and it's in a little rural community called Pala. They claim that Pala has some really loose slots. That hasn't been my experience with it. I didn't win. I've gone there, like I said, twice, and I may have not won last week on Wednesday because I was feeling harassed. I literally couldn't get this guy to just leave me alone. Security was not helpful. A woman saw that I was feeling really uncomfortable. She asked, she was with a group of other women. She asked where my car was. I said on the second floor. She said, we'll walk you to your second floor. The guy was trying to follow. And finally, one of the women just turned around and said, look, dude, she's been really kind to you. She's been telling you to back off, and you need to back off. I have mace. And she pulled out a container of mace. And that was the only time this guy backed off. Of course, he used some, dirty names to describe women. He was taking the rejection fairly hard. I'm not really quite sure. The question always comes up to, okay, why me? Why me? I don't understand when it does happen to me. It has happened a few occasions. It's happened a few times when I was at Westgate in Las Vegas in August of last year for the ASD. I went to the ASD with my sister, and she got people, both men and women, to back off. I like going to a casino and just being one with the machine. For me, it's focus fun. So when I'm putting the $20 or the $100 into the machine, I like being one with the machine and focusing on what that machine is doing. I'm not really open to chatting and talking. I don't want to pick up dudes or, find a date, or I do make friends inside of the, gambling family. In essence, I do belong to Jackpot Judo's family on Facebook, and I've met a few of those people off of Facebook. But I like gambling alone. It's my one time, my one time being one with the machine, enjoying the machine, enjoying the environment, enjoying what the machine is doing, whether I'm losing or winning. And so just be cognizant of your environment. If you feel extremely unsafe like I did, seek out security. And if security is not responsive, which Pala was not responsive to my needs in that parameter, then Pala is not for me. And that's not to say that it's a bad casino or a good casino, or, it just means that it's not a good fit for me. And so you need to decide as a gambler what casinos are a good fit. And I have some parameters for what makes a casino a good fit for me. I really need someplace that is a true non-smoking casino. Pechanga has a smoking room and it is completely enclosed, but most of their floor is non-smoking. And so you don't find ash on the machines. The machines don't smell. You're not getting, drafts of smoke going into, wafting up your nose. As stated earlier in this video, I literally had to have 3 days for my lungs to actually clear from the smoke that got into it because I was coughing and I was unable to do an introduction to the video. I was only able to video 2 bonuses from Paula. I did lose $60, there because, again, I was feeling very uncomfortable playing there. And Paula has some really lovely old machines. They have a lot of the old 3-wheel machines, which I love to play. It's just, when the environment is uncomfortable, when you're being harassed, when there is copious amounts of smoke into the environment, it's not a good fit. Pechanga doesn't have a lot of the old school 3-wheel machines. They have newer 3-wheel machines, but they don't have the older 3-wheel machines. And so, I've done well at Pechanga, where the introduction video, which is my first video for the for Slot Therapy, the channel, you'll see a lot of play on it. I got an incredible bonus on Railroad Riches on a $20 bill. Yes, it was only a $60 win, $59, but it was a lot of fun. And when I am doing focused fun, when I am focusing on something that I am thoroughly enjoying, that's how I end up manifesting all the wonderful things I want in my life. And so, when I left on Tuesday from Pechanga, I left with calls returned, offers for slot therapy. I have 2 publishers who are interested in the book, and it has yet to be completed. I'm only on chapter 8, I think, at this present moment. I'm going to be covering the chapters on Slot Therapy, the YouTube channel, so I will be doing more chatting with all of you. But today's subject was feeling safe, and I just can't, stress that enough. Also, if you win something big, don't scream at the top of your lungs that you won something big. Not everybody around you at the casino is your friend. And so be careful when you walk to your car. If you won something big, get it into a check. And then if you, like with my bank, I can literally endorse that check, take a picture of it, and deposit it at the casino, so I don't have to worry about somebody following me to the bank to deposit the check. And even if they end up stealing that check that you've already endorsed over and deposited inside of your bank, it's useless. Don't carry a lot of cash with you, especially if you don't feel safe inside the environment. And especially if you are, gambling alone. And I prefer to gamble alone. If you're gambling alone, I suggest going during the day, early in the mornings, maybe afternoon, not when it's so busy. If you're going to go gamble at night, I would suggest seeing if you can get a hotel at the casino, because after you finish gambling, you can go up to the security of your room. And just be safe. Like I said, those people, the fellow gamblers, they are not your friends. You don't necessarily know who you can trust and who you can't trust. And so be safe out there. If you don't feel safe at the casino, that casino is not meant for you. And so I can't stress that enough. And so that was all I wanted to tell you guys today. And what I'm going to do is I will put the 2 bonuses that I received from Paula, the 2 games that I played, so you can see a little gameplay. And I thank you for watching, and you know. As if you positively comment and subscribe to the channel, I greatly appreciate it. And I will talk to you soon. Be well.